guys. As Christy said, my name is Jill. I want to kind of take you on a little journey of how I found Alfred. It's complicated. But if you had asked me about 3 years ago where I would be now, it would not be here, let alone on the stage. During my senior year of high school, I was hit with the sudden realization that I'd had no clue what I was going to do after I graduated. I knew I wanted to go to college, but I didn't know what I wanted to study. Needless to say, my senior year was filled with, what about this one? No, wait, what about this one? Until I finally landed on sociology to go into forensics. The search was on after that. My search bar was full of best SUNY schools for sociology or best SUNY schools for sociology and forensics. I still didn't know what to do. So luckily, our high school had a field trip to a SUNY college fair, so I signed up. And walking around, the questions started to change. Do you have a sociology major? And do you have any ceramics classes? One of the last booths that I walked up to was plastered with purple and yellow. I asked her, do you have sociology? And when her answer was yes, my follow-up was quickly, okay, do you have any ceramics? And she looked kind of stunned. I then found out that their ceramics program was top rated. I saw the brochures on the table with the gorgeous campus and the painfully cute miniature horse named Goose. And I thought in that moment something clicked, that this was the college I'm going to. And I started the process of applying. And out of the handful of schools that I applied to, no one had been as personable as AU. I mean, handwritten notes on my acceptance letters, videos straight from Mark Zupin, and for the first time in the chaos of senior year, I felt wanted and I felt seen. So I set up my first visit. I had 2 visits in the same weekend, AU before the other school, but the moment that I drove into Alfred, I knew it was game over for the other school. I knew that next year I would be walking the campus as a student. Painstakingly, through all my protest and foot dragging, my mom made us go to the other school. But the thing is that me and my mom, we couldn't help but keep saying, but Alfred, well, Alfred has, and that was kind of that. We had both decided. The next time I visited, I was sitting in the same exact seats that you are in right now on President's Day, except one thing had changed since my last visit here. I was no longer going to study sociology, but I was going to study art and design and follow my gut. It had always been a what if kind of question, but when I finally stepped into the absolutely massive kiln room, it was like a well duh moment. And as I was walking around campus that day, I ran into Kyla and started asking about the next steps. Pretty much found out that I was back to square one. I had to pull a portfolio together and reapply. That was that. I cracked. I broke down in tears right in front of her, but she looked at me and she said, we got this. Everything will be all right, and gave me a hug. But I want to take a quick side note. After I was talking to Sarah about this speech, she had a meeting with Kyla, and Kyla's like, oh, did she talk about how she cried in front of me the first time I met her? Yes, Kyla, I am. Anyways, I went home determined I was going to be accepted again. I had to. I submitted my portfolio and started the viciously cycle of waking up, checking it, going to school, checking it, eating lunch, checking it, going home, checking it, going into work, checking it. But then it popped up, accepted in bold lettering. It felt like 10 tons was lifted off my chest. And then I got excited, started making my dorm list immediately, became best friends with my Amazon driver. But I went through life normally for the last summer before college. And it didn't hit me until the day before moving in what I was really about to do. I stopped all my packing. I walked down the stairs to my mom. I laid my head in her lap and started crying. I didn't know what I was about to walk into, if I would find people I liked, how homesick I would be. I know it sounds like the only thing I do is cry, but this is an emotional time in each and every one of your lives. I kept pushing, and somehow from the moment I was walking up and down the halls trying to find my dorm to walking into my own space for the first time, I knew this is where I was meant to be. Within a week of being here, we had a group chat with each and every one of the girls on our floor in it, and my room became the place to hang out. If not because I had the most room, but because I had my approved emotional support cat with me, Winnie. Everyone loves Winnie. But although it's only my second year here, I have made some of my best friends here I have ever met. And when I walk around this campus, I feel safe and I feel seen. So long story short, what I'm trying to say to the students in the room is embrace the unknown with open arms. Don't stop asking questions, and most importantly, step out of your comfort zone. I know that sounds corny and what everyone has said to you since you graduated, but I went through the excitement, the fear, the tears, the anxiety. This is the time of your life to truly find who you are. And parents, my message to you, be the support your child needs, the hug when it gets bad, but your most important message is to let your kids learn how to fly on their own. This is a scary moment for all of you in all of your lives. You can't let the fears or the tears bring you down. It's okay to cry, too. Thank you.
All right. Can we give it up for Jill?